my privilege now to introduce Katie VanHorn, Vice President of Diversity and Engagement from GoDaddy.
Good morning. My name is Katie VanHorn, and I am the Vice President of Diversity and Engagement at GoDaddy. We are here today in support of Senate Bill 1320 and House Bill 2364 that would update our laws to protect all people, including gay and transgender people. I am proud to work for an organization that has a fully inclusive, non-discrimination policy. At GoDaddy, our employees know they are evaluated on their performance, nothing more, nothing less. They do not have to fear that they can be fired simply because of who they are. In fact, our non-discrimination policy and our inclusive environment is one of our most significant recruiting tools. However, the fact that we are based in a state without a fully inclusive ordinance puts us at a competitive disadvantage. When we are recruiting top talent, we need to make sure we are able to do that in Arizona. Employees want to know they are protected both in and out of the workplace. They don't want to have to worry about being denied housing or refused service simply because they are gay or transgender. GoDaddy is located in Arizona. We have offices in other, more diverse, friendly, and inclusive regions. We stay in Arizona for many reasons. The business climate, the beautiful landscapes, and vibrant culture are among them. But now it's time to add another reason, that we are a state that is truly open for business to everyone. Thank you.
Let's welcome Angela Hughey, co-founder and president of One Community Next.
I'm a little shorter than everyone else, so I always have to adjust things. Good morning, my name is Angela Hughey, and I am the president and co-founder of One Community, a coalition of businesses, organizations, and individuals committed to diversity, inclusion, and equality for all Arizonans, including gay and transgender people. I would like to thank Senator Hobbs and Rebecca Rios for your leadership and sponsorship of fully inclusive bills. These bills are not only the right thing to do, they are also good for the business of Arizona. If we want to live in a state that grows by attracting the very best talent, has a strong economy, and is a vibrant place to live, then we must also be open for business to everyone. The principles of non-discrimination are rooted in core American values of fairness, equality, and opportunity. Everyone should have the chance to earn a living and provide for themselves and their families. No one should have to live in fear that they can legally be fired for reasons that have nothing to do with their job performance. The cost of discrimination are too high. We must be inclusive and not exclusive to succeed in the 21st century. The principles of non-discrimination are already being used across corporate America because they know it's good for business. 93% of Fortune 500 companies include sexual orientation in their non-discrimination policies, and 75% include gender identity. These companies understand that no one should live in fear of being legally fired for reasons that have nothing to do with job performance. And these businesses want to operate in locations where their employees have the same protections outside of the workplace as they do within the workplace. If we don't update our existing non-discrimination laws to include gender identity, sexual orientation, and veterans, we risk doing irreparable harm to our number one industry, which is tourism. Regions we compete against regularly for large conventions and national events have fully inclusive non-discrimination ordinances and laws. And organizations including the NCAA, the NBA, and NFL are increasingly taking into consideration the laws and ordinances of host states and cities. In fact, the NCAA now has a direct question on its event questionnaire which asks if a region's non-discrimination laws apply to all people. Sadly, our current answer is no. Thank you.
On behalf of Equality Arizona, we are very proud to support this bill, as it gives voice to marginalized groups in our community who are often not at the table. As you hear it from the presenters today, this is a very important bill and it's the right thing to do. It's my privilege next to close out by introducing Senator Katie Hobbs, Senate Minority Leader and sponsor of SB 1320.
Thank you, and I really appreciate everyone being here today and for your support, because it's going to take everyone's support to get action on these bills. There are a lot of people who have dismissed the issue of non-discrimination as a social issue. Let me be clear. We're here to say that it is not a social issue, and we will not be dismissed. This is a matter of civil and human rights, and it is urgent. You heard from people today about how lives are affected on a daily basis because our government has refused to act on this issue. People have lost their jobs, their livelihood, their quality of life because of who they are, and that continues to happen in our state every day. That is not okay. In fact, I'm appalled, and I know that those of us gathered here are appalled, and we do see the urgency of addressing this now, so we're asking our leaders to join us in this urgency. There are those who oppose changing the status quo because of religious freedom. To you, I say this: you have religious freedom. Your freedom does not give you the right to impose your beliefs on others, and it does not give you the right to discriminate. To those politicians, Republicans, they're all Republicans who control the 9th floor and the legislature, who would rather ignore the urgency of this issue because it's not politically convenient for you, I say this: have the moral and political courage to stand up and say that everyone deserves equality. Have the moral and political courage to ensure that all Arizonans enjoy the same rights and privileges as you do. Have the moral and political courage to say that it's not okay for someone to be fired or lose their housing or not have access to public accommodations because of who they are. Have the moral and political courage to be